Are you stuck at 95 on the DET listening section? If so, I'm going to show you how to listen for ideas, not words, in the next 5 minutes so you can boost your score to 100 or more. When you listen for meaning word by word, your brain moves a little bit too slow. Here's how you can fix it. The old ugly woman runs. How many things did you hear? If you heard 5, you're working a little bit too hard. You should hear 2. The first chunk is the old ugly woman. The second chunk is runs. This chunk tells us who. This chunk tells us what they do. That's 2 things to hear, not 5. Every sentence in English has 2 chunks. The first chunk tells us who. The second tells us something about them. That's called chunking. The woman who moved here from Brazil works at the hospital downtown. That still has 2 chunks. The first is who? The woman who moved here from Brazil. And what? Works at the hospital downtown. Because these words tell you where the answer is. If that just clicked for you, click the subscribe button. I'm making a series of videos for students like you who are stuck at 95 and need to push their score over 100. Chunking helps you process what you hear, and signal words help you understand what's coming next, because these words tell you where the answer is. For example, however, this means the opposite is coming, or something is wrong, or something is about to be different. Another one, by the time, that means too late. By the time he was ready to speak, they moved on. It shows you time is moving forward. And eventually, that means something finally happened. It's the end of something, the conclusion. Unfortunately, that means bad news. You hear this, you know everything after it is going to be something bad. And in the end, that means the final result. It means everything before it is giving you information about how something finished. It's a decision. It means something is over. That's really all you need to be able to start listening in chunks. 5 signal words. However, by the time, eventually, unfortunately, and in the end. And each one tells you what kind of information is coming next, so you know to listen. That reduces how much you think, which makes your score go higher. Now let's practice. I'm going to say a sentence, and I want you to put it into chunks. The new manager who started last week has already made several changes. Okay, so the first chunk is who? The new manager who started last week. And the second chunk, that's what, has already made several changes. 2 chunks, not so many words. Next, Marco wanted to share his idea. However, the meeting moved on before he could give his input. Well, we have the first chunk, that's who? Marco. And then we have the second chunk, wanted to give his input. Now finally we have the signal word, however. This means the opposite. He wanted to do it, but he didn't get to do it. Now the last one, and this is your test. She had been practicing for months. Eventually, her hard work paid off. Now you chunk it and find the signal word. Drop your answers in the comments below, and I'll give you personal feedback. And if you got who and what on all 3 of these examples, your listening is already improving. Now, chunking can fix listening, but if you're stuck at 95, usually this means that your speaking needs a little bit of help as well, especially when you forget a word. So in my next video, I'm going to be going over what you can do when you forget a word on the test. That way you can keep speaking. The DET gives you full points for talking, and it takes away points when you stop. Do you want to practice signal words right now? If you're 95 and you need to move to 100, I left you a free listening exercise in the description where you can start practicing chunking and signal words. And if you want to find out exactly where your DET score is stuck and why it's not going up, you can click the link in the description to book a diagnostic with me, where we go over exactly what you need to do to get your score to go higher. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.